Well everyone, welcome back to another video on the VixenVictory channel. Probably if you've already seen the thumbnail and the title of this video, this is mainly just for my subscribers. We're going to be talking about what has happened. Now, normally when these types of videos happen, it's always like a clickbait and there's some kind of idea behind it. I do want to be upfront and be like, alright, you know, the thumbnail and the title are a little bit of a clickbait. But overall, the idea isn't necessarily clickbait. I am not going to be doing any more content on this specific channel for the VixenVictory VTuber channel. This channel right here. Reason why, in a very basic sense, I just wanted to kind of give you guys the reason why I'm doing it, as well as, you know, what we're going to be doing in the future. So just because I'm not doing a channel or videos on this channel and streams doesn't mean I haven't already created a new channel. By the way, check the link in the description. I've also made community posts on this channel about that as well, and then also in the link section in this channel you can go ahead and find the new channel link as well. So if you guys have any other questions or ideas, feel free to on this video comment and ask questions. I'll try to do my best to, in a very quick way, answer maybe most of those questions, but maybe I can help answer a few after I put out this video as well. Like I said, in a very basic sense, what I'm doing is, or what has happened, we'll kind of go through that first, and we'll talk about what we're going to do in the future. So what has happened is, we've hit 1,000 subscribers, and at that point you can actually start to go into Google AdSense, start earning and start doing a lot of things for the channel. Well, to do so, you have to go through some extra steps. Basically, you have to have a Google AdSense account that allows you to do certain things, allows you to get money, allows you to manage your payment methods, allows you to go through a payments account, allows you to do a lot of extra things. Also, by hitting over 1,000 and getting, you know, into the YouTube partnership program, there are a lot of things even without being, you know, in like that program, I can't do that I want to do. And so what that has kind of forced me to do is for the past multiple weeks, so this started on October 2nd, we had hit over 1,000 subscribers over just the course of a few months, which I was extremely thankful for. The issue was that as soon as I did that, I then got right onto, okay, let's get ready for, you know, putting all my paperwork forward. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do, obviously, to prove you're you, get paid. There's a lot of things that I had to do. And obviously the channel is not making like a crazy amount of money, but it was like, if I'm already doing it, might as well. Anyways, I say all that to say, I got to a point where I was trying to do things and one of these steps came up as an error. Long story short, I've been battling with YouTube basically, which YouTube, Google, kind of same difference, if you will, since October 2nd. So it's been about 26 days. Well, I probably stopped after about just over 3 weeks. The other day, I finally just came to the conclusion of, I can't figure this out. What had happened was, you have to create a Google AdSense account to connect to your YouTube channel, so that everything's connected between Google and YouTube, so that everything is, you know, everybody's happy in the background. The issue is that my YouTube account was already connected to a Google AdSense account that I did not know of. Because of that, when this new, you know, step came in, hey, you know, make sure you have an account. I went ahead and created one or redid one, whatever, and therefore I now had 2 accounts that this YouTube channel was created to. Now, they originally told me almost immediately, by the way, you can't, they put an error on the step, and I was like, well, what happened? I looked at the email and it said basically you have duplicate emails or duplicate accounts and you are connected to this YouTube channel. You can't do that. I was like, okay. So I went into it, found out how to do it, closed the account, or the one that I had just created, I guess, because I figured out, well, okay, well, that's there. Now I want to jump back into it. And then I tried to proceed as planned. As I did so, it said, okay, well, now you have no account. And I said, okay, wait a minute. So I just closed an account. Now I have no, and you said I had multiple, so I closed one, and now I have none. Okay, so I was at 2 or 3 or 4 or 17. Now I'm at 0 by closing one of them. Like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. So I reopen the account and try it again. Then they send another, so the third email being like, yeah, so you had multiple, then we sent you an email saying you had none. Now you have multiple again after you just open this one account. For a solid 3 weeks, I had chased down YouTube rabbit hole after YouTube rabbit hole of how to fix this. I mean, I think I've tried everything under the sun. So many YouTube videos I've watched. I think I've watched more about that than I have any other type of content now. Then I also got to a point, I was out of options. You can't contact, call, or email YouTube, or, you know, message them on anything, which in the creator platform has been the most disgusting and most annoying thing to deal with forever for the longest time. Especially, I know that that happens on a different site that a lot of people are not happy with. Another streaming platform that the only way to really get attention is by being number one big, and number one adding their account on like Twitter. And then you might get an answer and some help. So obviously we are not big enough to get help, and number two, I'm most likely not going to get a good reception anyways. So I went to the Google community. So it says basically, instead of calling someone and talking to a real human being, you can talk and go ahead and just throw a post on basically a blog on Google. So I was like, okay, well, might as well do that. So I send up this thing. Don't really get an answer back for a few days. Get an answer back finally, and somebody told me basically, like, follow the steps that YouTube has given you. And I'm like, well, thanks. You're absolutely useless. Like, that was no help at all. So yeah, I mean, I've already tried to follow the steps that YouTube's given me. Like, I didn't immediately come here. I didn't, like, immediately come crying to mom, you know, when I got, you know, fell on the ground. Like, I tried to get back up and do it over and over again. So I'm like, you know, I didn't just come to this, you know, like, community page immediately. Like, I did what YouTube told me to do. I went to other YouTube videos that try to tell me what to do. I'm out of options. This is my last resort. That person didn't respond. That was like a silver level expert or something in AdSense or whatever. And I was like, okay, didn't really get much help there. Then somebody else answered who was a diamond level expert. I was like, whoa, there's a diamond level expert. Let's go. I'm all happy. Issue with that, after, you know, showing her the emails I was given, after showing her or copy pasting the emails, what they had also said, the most, like, you know, consistent emails. I mean, I sent her, like, so much information. She has, like, you know, plenty of, like, obviously I cropped everything, but I've, like, you know, sent out all this stuff, like, hey, here you go. And she basically at the end of the day told me I'm fucked. Like, sorry, in a, you know, non-professional capacity, you're fucked. And I'm like, well, that's great. That's awesome. I'm okay. And I was like, okay, well, you know, diamond level experts telling me I'm screwed now. So I guess I can't really do much about it anymore. So at that point I was like, you know what? I can't get anything off the ground on this. I can't do anything. So in a very, you know, 7-8 minute, you know, discussion about how that had happened, that's basically what went down. And YouTube, you know, they had a live chat support that I tried to go through. I'm not trying to be mean about this, but they did not understand me. And once again, not trying to be mean. I understand English is a difficult language. I understand it's, you know, it's not, you know, especially when, you know, I'm trying to sit there trying to explain something in like 3 paragraphs. It's hard for someone who's English second language or whatever to fully comprehend what I'm trying to say. And so I get that. I understand that. But it was just a little bit annoying because I wanted to really get some help, and I immediately go to try to get some help, and the first person I get contacted with is like, hey, thank you for your information. Like, I sent like a 3-paragraph like huge thing, and then it was like, thank you for the information. So anyways, and then like just completely ignored it all. And I was like, okay, well, that's just not helpful at all. Because I doubt that she ignored it. She probably just like was like, oh, you know, like she probably just didn't fully understand the capacity of what I was talking about. And so I was like, okay. And then she just said, basically, your account's basically on like some sort of like lock, or there's some issue and blah, blah, blah. Basically, they couldn't help me either. Then I tried to go back to the same chat like a few days later. Some other dude like answered and basically said I had a ticket open, even though it had been like 3 or 4 days. He said, oh, you have a ticket open, even though you already, like, I already had like a response from YouTube. So I was like, okay, well then I'm gonna talk to the chat again and try to get a, you know, see if they can see anything new on their end. And he's like, you already have a ticket open. If you keep contacting us, it's going to make it harder for us to figure out the problem. Goodbye, and close the chat. So I was pissed off at YouTube and their chat support because I was trying to get some answers, and I waited a few days, tried to come back, and they immediately were like, oh, you're trying to come back here again? I don't think so, little boy. Get out of here. And immediately like treated me like a Karen, like constantly coming back to them, like groveling at their feet, trying to get my YouTube channel up. Like, that's not what was happening. It was just really annoying. Anyways, that's at least what has happened. So we are no longer going to be doing YouTube videos or streams or anything on this channel. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't created, once again, a new channel with links in the channel description of this video, as well as the video description of this video, as well as the channel. If you go back to my channel, go ahead and just click my icon or whatever. You guys can go ahead and go back to my channel. In the links, it says new channel. Go to that one. subscribe to the new channel if you want to, but if you do so, unsubscribe from this channel. The reason why is because, first of all, there's no new content coming out on this channel anymore, and the only thing I'm going to be putting out on this channel is like every day or two, I'm going to be putting out community posts that I basically have already put up, and I'm just going to be constantly like pestering people to like get off this channel for like the next week or two. To be like, hey, this is, if you haven't seen it yet, this is where the new channel is, go there. This is, that's where all the new stuff is. So leave here and go there. And so so that I don't pester you because you've already made the switch, just go ahead and make the switch now, and unsubscribe, subscribe to the new channel, then unsubscribe from this channel so that you guys don't constantly get those notifications and get kind of like annoyed with me pestering you with changing to the new channel when you already have done so. Anyways, long story short, that's the idea with this channel. That's what has happened. And that's what we're going to be doing in the future. In the future, we're going to be doing totally new videos. Everything's going to be brand new. I was thinking about how I could go through the character archive again. And I talked about this with a friend, with Rift, actually. If you guys know him, probably from Gotcha Interact. I've already gotten to a point where looking at the stuff, I was already talking to Rift and trying to get the idea across with him. What should I do? What's the idea? Should I just redo all of these build guides? Or should I just, re-upload? The issue with re-uploading is that we made it from Shilonen down to Ito, right? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 5, which is 45, 46, almost 47, 46, plus I think we've already done Raiden, 48, and some of these other characters we've probably already done. So we're like 50 something, like, build guides, I think, or 50 build guides or something around those lines. It's around 50 build guides. The issue with that is even if I did those, even if I re-uploaded them on the new channel once a day, number one, the viewership's going to be terrible. And I want people to see them, not because it's for viewership, which it is nice to make sure that people can see it, but it's more or less so that people can actually get and see the content and know that it's actually good content. Now, that's number one. Number two, the other issue with re-uploading the old content is that the characters that I did way back in, I don't know, Farina and, some of these characters, Neuvillette or something like that, especially Neuvillette, he's got a brand new character that instead of Baiju, you most likely want to be using Shilonen. So there are multiple characters, also Kanish and a Burning Team. I taught, we already made a Nahida guy, but we didn't talk about her being used in a Kanish team. Obviously, Chlorron's the same thing with characters like Shilonen. Once again, there's multiple things that, or, Chlorron and Seijuin together. There's, once again, multiple ideas, whatever, with these characters, which is why my point is I was going to re-upload them and do them like every day, but I felt it best to probably just not. And so at the end of the day, I just feel like it's not really worth it to go ahead and do so. Number one, I feel like some of these characters need some redos anyways. The content may still be the same, like similar. Some of these characters aren't really going to change that much. But some of the characters as well are going to be a little bit different just because new characters have come out, changes have been happening. And I also feel like some of the characters probably needed an update anyways. Once again, very minimal updates, but updates nonetheless. And because I'm already forced to redo all of it, I might as well. So we're going to start from the top once again. We'll be starting with Shilonen, going through Kanish and all the Natlan characters. We'll be going the same way. If you guys in the comments want to say, I'm going to be starting the next video tomorrow, so if you guys see this on the new channel, if you guys see this on this channel and are like, okay, I'm going to make the switch to the new channel, let me know in this video, because obviously I'm not going to just abandon this channel immediately. Over time, it's going to get abandoned, but for right now, it's going to stay the same. So if you guys have any ideas and be like, hey, by the way, like for the first video you do, if you are going to do like a Shilonen guide, or hey, could you instead start, is it a good idea to start at the bottom? Should I only do 5 stars? Should I like go through 5 stars first and then we'll talk about 4 stars after all the 5 stars are done? Let me know. Like, is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Should I just keep the order as is? So let me know what you guys think down below, just to kind of give me a better idea of what you guys would actually want. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's for. But once again, my whole idea for the channel, for the beginning, while I'm growing, is to just have a one-stop shop for people to come here and have a build guide for every single character. To be able to just walk in and have every character available so they can just grab, pick and choose and be like, okay, I want to know how to build this character. And easily at the beginning of the video, go through talents and look at how the character actually works, talk about how they should level their talents, and then talk about weapons, artifact sets they could use, teams, and possibly a little bit of gameplay if I have the character to actually show you what could actually be done. But overall, that's kind of what's happening with the channel. That's what we're going to do in the future. Nothing's changing in terms of content. I'm not changing anything. I'm still going to change over to being a VTuber at some point when everything kind of once again settles down in my real world life. Then we can jump over and finally start getting the work done on a VTuber model, getting commissioned, and then actually working through all the kinks and issues that that's going to take for a few months. So once again, over time, by the time it'd be in the middle of doing build guides, that I'll probably make that switch. Hopefully at that point in time, we'll be able to dual stream on Twitch and YouTube as well. So we have kind of that double kind of idea here. There's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to doing, as well as making some changes, obviously, to the channel. But overall, let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously, first and foremost, make sure, once again, to go ahead and check out the new channel, subscribe to that one, unsubscribe from this one. Please make that change so you guys don't miss a thing that's going to be changing and happening over there. I do want to say before we kind of dip out, though, thank you guys so much for staying with the channel. We hit, 1,000 subscribers very quickly. We're a lot quicker than I originally thought that was going to happen. So I'm very, very thankful overall for just the, care and that everything that you guys have given me so far. I hope the build guides have been somewhat helpful, and I hope that maybe these upgraded build guides as well will be a little bit more interesting and helpful as well, to kind of help out with everything as well, and kind of giving you guys a compendium of every character in the game to just have as a one-stop shop for build guides. Well, once again, that's the last video we're going to see on this specific channel, though. So thank you guys for the ride we've had so far in this channel, and I hope to see you guys over on the new channel where we're going to make a lot of new memories, hopefully, as well. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys over there.